Thank you so much for coming today, Rajesh. Really appreciate it. And I'm really excited to talk to you about your new venture, Urban Data Design. Um, so tell me your story. Tell me about your background, so education, like why did you, or like, when did you come to Australia? What got you interested in this business and why are you doing it?
Great. So, okay, we'll start at the beginning. So I came to Australia in 1986 as a migrant, 10 years young, and with my parents and my younger brother. And really, like most migrants, we came from South India with the hope of really starting afresh. And I did my schooling, my primary, my high school, my university. Went to university, got a commerce degree at UNSW, and did a couple of jobs in event sponsorship management. And then I went out to the UK because I just wanted to discover more about the European vibe and that bigger world offering. And I ended up doing that in 2001 and staying in the UK for the next 15 years. The big career pivot that happened in the UK was that the first couple of years in the UK, I worked largely in event sponsorship and did very well at that. But then I felt what was missing was, one, the creative element of actually creating something beyond selling a great package. The other thing was building long-term relationships as well, which really, with the sponsorship aspect, you got the sale and that was it effectively. And then you went on to a totally different event. So I was missing those elements. And that led to me going into the digital side of things. And so I worked in 2011, I started working with a company called Red Sea that did a range of mobile apps and digital products. And that meant that I was working with entrepreneurs that were coming with nothing more than an idea, and we were crafting something from scratch. So in 2017, I had come full circle in my journey. I just launched a pretty significant digital project with the London Borough of Hackney. And at that point, I decided that it was time for me to return to Australia and start afresh and begin the next stage of my journey.
Great. And so tell me about, like, what did you do when you came back to Australia? Why did you decide to sort of start your own business here?
Yeah.
And sort of what does it do as well?
Yeah. So one of the things about starting an independent business was really that over years of project management, I realized there were just a lot of things I wanted to do, but there were constraints around the way things are done around here. And I really wanted to be far more generous. I wanted to get far more deeper into what the client wanted. I wanted to give more of a partnership, mentorship role to creating digital products along with your traditional design and build. So the first thing was really the vision and desire to express myself more. It was a creative expression for me. And when I came back, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And I just started looking at different things. I did a couple of freelance projects, very lightweight website projects with friends. And at that time, it was about June, July time, when I came across Catalysr via, actually, funnily enough, so I enrolled in the NICE program, which, because I was not sure what to do and I was looking for mentoring. So NICE said, hey, we provide a whole year's worth of mentoring. So I said, great. And the NICE people in Parramatta then said, you should really, your vision is very resonant with the kind of things that Catalysr is doing. You should go out and speak to the Catalysr guys and reach out. So I did. So I went onto the website, gave Jake a call, emailed, and it so happened that a cohort interview was happening for August. So informally, I met Jake and said, look, the vision's very open, but what I'd really like to do is I'd love to build and ship a digital product. And that's a journey that's still in progress, but that was the seeds of the consultancy practice and also the digital product practice in Catalysr.
Great. And so tell me more about what you're doing now and what have you achieved to date.
Yep. So things that I've found that I enjoy a lot is, one is I love shipping great product and working closely with clients or for ourselves, a product that's meaningful, that solves problems. And the other thing is organizing gatherings where people can really gain insights and take away those insights and make a difference in their business. So since joining Catalysr, which was around September time, I believe, around August, September time, some of the milestones that have happened, there's probably about 4 or 5 milestones. The first one was during Catalysr, I was inspired to organize a senior level stakeholder engagement event in an area I was passionate about, which was future of transport. Because I think cities, the way we move has to change because too much pollution is associated with movement. And so I organized a senior stakeholder event on next to nothing budget, on about $80 budget. And with that shoestring, we managed to get Data 61 to sponsor us and give in-kind venue resources. We managed to get the CTO of products for Telstra to come down. A range of senior stakeholders from Transport New South Wales came down. And the event still is talked about in favourable terms by all those that attended. So that was a milestone. We called it the Business 2020 Innovation Lab. Since then, we also created the Walk the City concept, which was part of the Catalysr cohort. The simple concept around Walk the City was we found that one of the easiest ways to improve public health is if people actually just replaced part of their sedentary commute with an active commute. Okay, it means that you're building in good health and activity. And so we said that, look, is there a way we can combine that with actually showing people efficient and beautiful ways to walk? What would such an algorithm look like? So we started messing around. We looked at OpenStreetMap, looked at street typologies, and actually created a very elementary algorithm and the concept of Walk the City. So that was the second milestone that was created via both the Future Cities Hackathon and refined via Catalysr. The third milestone was that we engaged with Newcastle City Council with the Walk the City concept, and walkability was a big theme for them. And so they said, hey, we would love if we could take that, but really make it a local destination app as well. So we did a 1-month consultancy project with culminating in a massive, or at least a moderate public-facing showcase where we created a concept called Newie, which took the best bits of Walk the City, but then also integrated a local destination marketing. And that project is ongoing. Newcastle is further developing it, and all things well, we will come back in the mix on that project. That then led to myself meeting a co-founder, and we then incorporated our now company called Urban Data Design, because we realized we were passionate about creating niche products that make our cities healthier places to live and work and play, and also skillfully using data to deliver those products, hence the name Urban Data Design. A couple other milestones to mention was we also entered something called the Road Congestion Hackathon by Transport New South Wales, and we won it. We won the statewide competition. We delivered a very niche concept called Traveller's Eye. I can go into that in more detail later, but that is again now a work in progress. We're talking to different local councils to pilot that concept into a tangible reality. So that's something that's moving, a very promising milestone there as well. The third thing was also worth mentioning is we then, as a result of Walk the City, the Transport, the Department of Planning and Environment have been doing some outstanding work in something of what they call the Greener Places Strategy, which is looking at how can we make our urban environments thriving hubs of natural biodiversity so that people engage with them better. And so what we're currently doing is a pioneering consultancy where we're working with them and a range of other stakeholders to scope a concept for a digital tool that will realize the Greener Places Strategy. And that again builds another layer on Walk the City because it adds the destination, the green element, and all things well, we're going to more and more integrate soft transport into it. So our big lesson has been that walkability is not just about walking. It's actually about the environment around. It's about the connection, the transport connections. It's about the businesses that are around, the attractiveness, the points of interest. You need to factor a lot of things beyond just our initial thinking, which is a walking algorithm.
Great.
So yeah,
Great.
consultancy and a product journey that's going on.
That's fantastic. Well, it's amazing all the sort of milestones that you've achieved and the great work you've done. So congratulations on that.
Excellent.
I'm really curious to know more about what your plans for the future are. Like in an ideal world, where do you want to be in 10 years? What does that look like?
Look, we've been thinking about that ourselves a lot, and there's two tracks to it. Let's say one of them is we're very keen to be phenomenal consultants. We really are passionate about delivering some very unique niches. One of the niches we're working on is open data. Open data, as the name suggests, is data that organizations publish that is transparent, that is open, that anyone else can use without need for attribution. But the way that open data is published, especially within the public sector, is is at its infancy. So an area we're keen to develop ourselves is an original consultancy innovation package based around open data. That's on the service side. On the product side, we're very keen to really take forward this walk the city journey and release a niche, awesome destination marketing and discovery app. It's in progress, but that's definitely a vision. The other one is Traveler's Eye, which is our road congestion entry. We feel that has huge potential, not just as a congestion management tool, but as a citizen engagement tool, a civic engagement tool where it's very easy for you to report on interesting observations and have those observations go to the relevant party. So in other words, if you found a far better, pleasant walking shortcut, that would go to the relevant authority that could publish it in the relevant data portal. If you found an interesting bird species or tree spotting species, just spotted different observations of natural vegetation, that would take it to the relevant portal. So that's another concept. So that's the bigger vision. It's to build ourselves as great consultants, as data innovation consultants, but release, and really it's the latter though, release a couple of great products that are niche, that relate to urban environments and that scale well.
Fantastic. So how can people watching us sort of help you on your journey?
Definitely. So there are many ways, really. So as I said, one of the things we're passionate about is continually building our consultancy expertise. So no matter what size of business you're at, if you feel that you could benefit from A, knowing more about open data, or B, knowing more about building internal innovation culture, we'd love to hear from you and just engage you in an informal conversation. I'm sure there'd be ways we could work together. On the other side, if you're someone from the public sector or you're a community group that's engaged in the urban environment, then again, we'd love to hear from you and talk to you about the kind of data that you might be generating that you don't even know about, and effective ways to publish it and effective ways to use it to make our cities better.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Rajesh, for coming in and for sharing your story. It's really phenomenal the work you're doing. And I'm sure like people who are watching us as well can definitely help you in a whole bunch of different ways. Good luck. I know you're going to be doing amazing stuff for the next 10 years, and I can't wait to see how all of that goes. Well done.
Look, absolutely. I just want to say thank you to you, the Catalysr team. I just want to also make a mention of my co-founder, Louise Williamson. She's not here today, but she's been an instrumental part of this journey. So you'll hear more from both of us in the coming years. And, we're very, very fortunate that we found Catalysr. It's been pivotal for us, and we want to keep in touch with you guys as well.
Great. Thank you.
Awesome.
Cheers.